like your mishmash of camo you got between your hat and your shirt there.
Yeah, so do I. I couldn't find the check hat, so
Fair,
which is a
fair.
deal.
What kind of hat do they wear with that uniform?
It's the one that's got the foldable flaps down, but it looks like a baseball cap.
Oh,
I was wearing
okay.
it. I was wearing it a couple months ago now on a stream.
Fair. I was just trying to remember if they had like the patrol cap like everyone else or something weird.
It's like the M85 style, but it's just in this camo.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, again, it's got a visor on it, but then it's got the little things that fold up. It's like a hat with like lightweight flaps on it. So,
all right. Interesting. I don't think I've seen. I probably have, but
yeah,
I'm just drawing a blank on it right now.
yeah,
So what do you do? What do you do?
yeah, not a big deal.
Oh yeah. How are you feeling, by the way?
Actually, not bad at all. Better than I thought. If I felt any better, I'd be dangerous.
It's true.
Tell you that much.
Well, now that you traded Satan like 2 Mark 7s and a moldy pair of pants for a return back at Earth. I mean,
yeah. No, it's I feel a lot better than I have in a long time. That thing has been a problem for longer than just last year.
A while probably.
Yeah.
Broom.
Apparently, like because they keep it, and they do a biopsy on it.
Yeah.
And apparently, it was like he told me it was moderate from the CT scan last time I was there in January.
Yeah, but you can only see so much on that thing,
right.
So.
He said that when they got in there, he's like, I was like, so was it bad? And he goes, yeah, it was like hard.
Terrible.
It was diseased. It was like really hard and just not good. And he's like, and there was tons of the little sacks, So it was just a matter of time before more of them popped. And then, and then the biopsy came back, like no cancer or anything, which is nice. But they're like, it was like severe diverticulitis, like horrible.
You've probably had it for like 10 years then.
Probably my whole life.
Just ruined.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But now, like, it's weird. I don't feel sick. Like I used to just feel like tired all the time and just kind of not well. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, just not well.
Well, the real question is, how much bread and beer can you eat now?
Oh, that doesn't change. That probably
what if that's what was bringing out your
that probably made it worse, That probably exacerbated it, Because
what happens if you're now like not celeac? What if that
is nothing? No,
I know, but
I was thinking that too, and I'm like, I don't want to roll the dice.
Yeah, fair.
Especially right now, I still have to. It was funny because I have to be really careful. I'm not out of the woods yet. Fun details. Basically, cut out the 8 inches or whatever, and then you got to resection it, right? And it like goes together and blah blah blah.
Yep.
Well, he said that the one part and the other part were 2 very different sizes, and that usually doesn't happen. So he had to kind of improvise and do some stuff and like do extra sewing and stuff like that. Yeah. So he's like tiny bits of food, and he's like you can eat whatever you want, but he's like I would just tiny bits. So I'm like, would it be better if I just ate soft food for the next few weeks? He goes, it wouldn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, so I'm just kind of taking it easy with very little food and just eating like fish and oatmeal and just soft food, yogurt, lots of yogurt.
Yep.
And but just to be sure, because I don't want this to get bad.
Well, maybe when you're fully better, you could be like, well, maybe I'll try some McDonald's fries. And what if it ends up being like nowhere near as bad now, and you could actually like start eating stuff with gluten in it again? Some of it. What would if you could like if your symptoms were just a lot less? What's the first thing you would eat?
I don't know. I've gotten so used to just not eating it that I really don't.
A shitty like $1 loaf of white bread.
No, I know what I would do. I would get some good fried chicken.
There you go.
Like
that's a pretty good, yeah.
That is one of the things that I miss but there is a place down in Minneapolis that made a gluten-free breading that you literally could not tell the fucking difference on as far as the texture and anything, and it was delicious. And we used to get a half a bird, and just like we would say we'd have leftovers, but really there wasn't much left.
Fair.
Oh,
Fair.
good fried chicken, man. I'm a fucking sucker for that shit.
Well, maybe you'll have to give it a try.
Yeah.
Maybe if your symptoms are a lot less, if this was exacerbating everything, maybe you don't have celiacs like as
No, it
bad as you
was.
thought.
I'm saying the celiac was exacerbating the colon thing. Like,
Oh, I thought the colon thing was exacerbating
no,
the celiac.
no, it doesn't work like that. Like
Oh,
a food allergy, just because you take out part of your body doesn't, you're not just like all of a sudden cured. That's not how it works.
fair.
So, no, I'm just saying that celiac probably made this get
A
worse
lot worse.
faster. It's
Fair.
like you have an allergy on top of a diseased part of your body,
Fair. Yeah.
and
Fair.
the reaction and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to go out and do that, but no, it's feeling better. The right when I woke up out of the surgery, I mean, it hurt like it was my whole
Well,
abdomen
yeah,
hurt,
it's going to. Yeah.
but I was like, this is nowhere near how bad it hurt when it actually perforated back in October.
Hmm.
Nowhere near,
Well,
and it
I'm
was about
glad it doesn't
half.
have all that bile and everything.
Well, and it's not like my body's not like freaking out as bad, and that was fucked up. But no, it was just achy, and so it was weird. And I got up to the room right out of surgery. I wasn't really loopy that long. It was like maybe, and I wasn't loopy. When I woke up, I remember I was like, "Hey, do I have a colostomy bag?" She's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Oh, thank fuck." That's the first thing I said because I
Yep.
was like, if it would have gone wrong or something would have happened, that is a possibility.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Do I have a colostomy bag?" She's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Thank fuck."
Yep.
And
That went
then
good then. That means it went good.
yep. And so it was like, okay. And I wasn't loopy. I felt good, but I wasn't
Yeah.
like completely fucked up.
Yeah, I remember you said it was going to go on. What time was going to go on? I said, "Well, let me know how it went when you're not high as giraffe balls." And you got back
Right.
to me pretty quick, so I was like, "Oh, it
Yeah.
must
I
have went
was
pretty
that,
well."
and that was after I had walked already too. And that was like, because I got up to the room and they're like, do you want us to like lift you onto the bed? And I'm like, nah, let me try to like stand up and just see how bad this is.
Yeah,
And I stood up and I had a fucking catheter, which that was the worst part of the whole thing, to
the
be honest.
catheter. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But no, I stood up and I'm like waiting for it
Not
to
so
get
bad.
worse. And it was like, no, it's just staying at about a 4 or 5 out of 10. Okay. And then sat down for a little bit, got situated in the bed, and then I was like, when can we go for a walk? And the nursing assistant's like, right now if you want. I'm like,
Yeah,
let's do
whenever
it.
you want. Yeah, go do some
It's,
laps. Yeah.
well, because yeah, it gets your digestive system moving again.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you have anesthesia, it shuts everything down.
Yeah.
And so it was weird because like, yeah, I mean, it hurt like a bitch and I wasn't moving fast, but it was walking down the hallway and it was like, oh, it's not getting any worse. Let's just keep going at this pace. And
Yep. Take
then
it easy.
got one lap around and I started cramping up a bit. It's like, yeah, I'll go sit down. But that was like not even an hour after I got woken up.
Fair. Fair. Well, that means that
And
you're doing fantastic then.
yep, and then kept doing that. And then by the next day, it was like you could feel your system starts working from the top down.
Yeah.
So my stomach started working first after I drank a bunch of water, and then you could feel it like in my small intestine. You could feel it from the top down. It started to gurgle and stuff, and you could just feel it moving. And then by the next day, we had movement down below, and that's what you're required to have a BM before you go home.
Mm.
Like that's one of the requirements. And I'm like, yes. The first bit of it was like blood and stuff, but I mean
Yeah.
that's to be expected. That was
Well, I
gross.
mean, yeah, you literally just had part of your
Yep.
colon cut out. So
Yeah, it got a big piece, and then it got smashed and stapled back together.
true.
But no, but after that, it was like just kept walking, and then I got put on. I was out of there like a day and a half, less than a day and a half after the actual surgery took place.
It's not bad at all. You're on
Nope.
track.
Oh yeah, no, it's dude. It was. I wanted to get the fuck out of the hospital as soon as
Yeah, I
possible.
hate
It was like,
hospitals. God.
oh god, it was like, well, somebody probably needs this bed more than me because I can hurt and recover at home just as
Yep.
well as being here.
Yep.
And
Also,
they're
especially right now, you don't want to be in hospital. All those fucking sick and fantasy people.
yeah, well, they keep them pretty well quarantined. Like
True, but
like
still.
we had a bunch of people that had COVID on our floor, but they were in their own little room and they like seal it off and they have to wear PPE before they go in there and stuff.
Still, I'd rather
Oh
not
yeah,
risk it by being in the hospital. You know what I mean? Because
right.
somebody
That's the
could
thing.
get complacent. So
Yep, I know.
you
No,
know
that's
how
another
dumb
thing.
people are.
Right, and I was just like, I don't want to get sick and be coughing right now. That would be the
Yeah, that
worst.
would. Oh God, that would suck so bad. But
I mean, now it's fine,
yeah.
but like at that time, man,
Oh,
yeah, it was fuck. Oh my god, I was the day I was going home. I was talking to my mom, And I was like just sitting there talking. All of a sudden, I inhaled spit, and I'm like, I'll call you back. And I'm like, I'm trying to like not.
Trying to
like,
hold it in, trying to nurse it without
oh
actually
fuck,
coughing. Yeah.
that was. And I had to stand up and walk it off. It was fucking bad. Like,
Yep. Mm.
but other than that, like it's been. I mean, it's day 8, and I already feel like really good. Been sleeping good. I mean, the stuff still isn't completely back to normal, but yeah, it's been cool. So I still can't lift shit
How
because
long
of
is that,
the
your lifting restrictions?
6 weeks minimum,
Okay.
because they just for
Yeah,
the
don't
hernia.
rush that for sure. I'm sure you get hernia or colic pretty easy or something, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the hernias where the location was at and everything, and I'd rather just not ever go back to the hospital again. Like, so it's like if I could just take it easy for a few weeks to not get hernias and
Yep.
end up right back there, that's
Yep.
worth it.
Yep. I
So
get it. I get it. So,
yeah,
Seagar's here. I haven't seen him in months.
I've tried to message him on Discord. I was just gonna say on Patreon, Jesus, on Discord, and he just hasn't replied. I thought he broke up with me, but
Yeah, I haven't seen Seagar in forever.
I don't think anybody
Not since
has
the
it.
last stream we did with him. Like, how long ago was that?
6 months,
Damn.
7 months. Oh, dude, where the fuck is it? So people on the stream right now, guess who got official stickers that's gonna be sent out with all our orders from now on?
I like stickers.
Stickers are fantastic, but I just got those. They look like pogs.
Australian pog.
Yeah.
My fancy trials camo. And my
I'm really
filter
glad.
hat.
I'm really glad they didn't go with that. It looks like
I know,
shit.
right? It looks like dog vomit. It feels like dog vomit.
It looks like a civilian company just trying way too fucking hard.
That's what it was, literally. Yeah.
Weird.
That's okay, Mike. They ultimately went with multicam, like everyone else. Like everyone else.
I mean, multicam's good, but again, it's not the fucking end all be all. Like,
no, but it actually works really good in Australia. So,
well, sure, yeah, that's fine, but it's like I'm talking like these European countries. Canada is going to a variation of it, and it's like it's the same color scheme. You know what I mean? Like, and that color scheme is not fucking universal.
No, well, they're just adding a ton of brown to regular CAD-PAD.
I thought you said they were going to a multicam variant.
No, it's called multi-pat. It's in between arid and regular CAD-PAD. They're just adding a shit ton of brown to regular CAD-PAD. But they're keeping regular CAD-PAD and arid CAD-PAD. It's just going to be something for in between those two. Yeah.
Well, Canada's allowed to get one thing right every century, and they got CAD-PAD right. So we'll just,
Yeah,
I
true.
guess we'll
Well,
just
I mean,
have to.
this is their first new attempt at a camouflage in what, damn near 30 years. So
Yeah, I don't know if it don't need fixing, don't change it. That's what
true.
I think.
Well, they realized they did need something that was in between arid and.
Well, I suppose
yeah,
because CAD-PAD's fucking really green.
Yeah,
really.
And an arid CAD-PAD is like really sparse. It's very.
I know. I got some. I actually got a jacket on eBay. I found one in my size. Well, almost my size.
It's super bright though for a desert camo, and so they needed something because they deploy all over Europe and everything, just like the Americans, and they needed something in between that would actually work. So that's all they did. Is they took regular CAD-PAD and added a ton of brown. They basically UCP delta'd CAD-PAD.
Yeah.
They just added a shit ton of brown to it, and they're like, "That'll do."
Good God. Well, good for them.
That's right. They haven't even like adopted it yet, so we'll see. Might be one of those things where like there are like 15 different helmet trials they've had in the last 20 years. So.
That's funny because the Virtus helmet copied the fucking CG634 shell. So why the fuck would they need a new helmet?
Well,
maybe a new liner.
The CG735 shell actually.
735.
Yeah. Google it. It's an EC8 with a CG634 liner.
No, they didn't. If you look at a Virtus helmet, it's a CG634 shell. Go look at it. The British ones, yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally a CG634 shell. It's got the rounded right here, and it's got the little mini visor, and then the shape. It doesn't go down quite as far. So yeah, it's a
another
CG634.
reason to get if I could ever get a freaking Virtus helmet.
Oh, I've looked. They're fucking nowhere.
I've had some people that would be willing to risk it if I'd pay them a bunch of money. People over in the UK.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. They're pretty strict on that stuff, though. They check a lot of stuff that they even might speculate be that. So,
yeah, I mean, give it a couple years.
Exactly. I can be patient.
God, I wish I would have had enough money to get the rest of those fucking Mark 7s from where I was getting them.
Yep.
But
they're gone now.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not getting any more either. I asked my supplier, I'm like, because they have a contract with the British military, they get all their British shit. And I'm like, are you guys getting any more of these? They're like, nah, they're gone.
Yep.
They stopped surplusing helmets. I'm like,
Ukraine bought a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it. It's the favorite helmet of all the Ukrainian people. It's the Mark 7. So.
Well, did you notice the U.S. doesn't sell much combat clothing anymore?
Yeah.
They're following suit with Europe.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
Well, hey, look, you know what? It'll be fine once the next big war kicks off, and there's one a brewing. So.
Well, no, it's not fine, Devin, because that shit's not available anymore.
Yeah, until the next big war is over.
No, you don't get what I'm saying. They're not going to do that anymore because people around the world were wearing their uniforms.
Yeah.
They're just destroying them. They're destroying all the uniforms. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if there's another big war. They're going to destroy all that shit anyway.
That's a lot of stuff to destroy.
Tell Germany that. Tell France that. Tell Poland that. Tell Denmark that. Tell Sweden that.
Well, they haven't been in a giant World War III.
No, but they have a ton of surplus from all the NATO shit. But they just destroy it all. Yeah, that sucks for guys like me that fucking rely on that shit. So it's like, yeah, I don't understand why the fuck all these countries. Oh, some bad people wore our stuff. Well, so if if somebody wears a Nike shirt, does Nike just stop fucking selling shoes?
Yeah, it's a good thing the Russian mafia stuff doesn't wear a lot of Adidas tracksuits and crap.
Right.
Yeah, all that stuff, right? You don't see all those gang members and stuff like that wearing all the cool Nike and Adidas stuff out in California and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
I mean, that's really fucking stupid. Just to not. It's a waste too. Like, seriously, you're wasting so much money, time, resources, and you're fucking you bitch about climate change and the environment, and you go and burn this shit.
Then you burn,
right,
tons of stuff that's basically plastic.
Yep.
Because all the gear now is all nylon. That's plastic.
Or polyester. It's one or the other.
All plastic. The canteens are plastic. Everything's plastic, and they're all just burning it.
Yep. So, fucking hypocrite. I'm gonna make a video calling all those countries out
for doing that.
In the U.S. too,
Yeah, but why does it matter? They should just surplus the shit. Who the fuck cares?
They care.
If everyone just agrees that whatever, if they're not, who cares if they're wearing it?
They care. Matter. Right. I'm on board with you, like you're preaching to the choir, but they seem to have a problem with it. I think they just don't want people to have military stuff. Yeah,
well, why can't they just go and be like, those guys over there that have our uniforms? Yeah, they're not our soldiers. Just
right. Like, military surplus has been around for a long time. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah.
So if you say, hey, those guys bought that on eBay.
Yeah. They'll be like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. People aren't going to be like, oh my God, they're Nazis. They're German. Like that one fucking brigade. I forgot what brigade it is in
the Swedish Army's invading Ukraine.
Right.
So, oh man.
I don't know. I'm so fucking sick of retardedly incompetent people that have power.
Well, I mean,
they do.
Government. What do you expect?
I know. It's just fucking insane. Like,
government.
I had a guy tell me today, he's from Europe, and he made a really good point. He's like, if you go up to one of these politicians, right, any politician anywhere in the world, and ask them how much a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk costs, they will not be able to answer that question.
Because they don't know.
They're so out of touch with their
with reality. Yeah. I don't know. All the ones that I ask about their opinion on the capital gains tax are pretty upset, just like I am.
Why? Because they make more than you?
No. The capital gain tax actually just went up, if you don't know that. And that sucks. It's like 53% now. It's a ton. It's terrible. It went from like 48 to 53%. It's like a shit ton.
Great.
Yeah. That's Biden for you, though. He caused that. He caused the capital gains tax.
No, that shit was in the works for a long time.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a long time, but that was one of his executive order things caused that to jump that far. So
cool.
Yep. Capital gains tax. Average Ukraine hater. God.
Me, myself, I'm the average Ukraine hater. Yeah, well, Poland doesn't really like anybody in Eastern Europe, and rightfully so.
Fair. Poland, I don't know how Poland's friends with anybody at this point.
Poland's just basically like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. Get
Yep.
off my lawn.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know what Poland should bring back? The WZ-31 helmet. So that way they could be back. Whatever happened to the machines for those?
Probably gone.
Oh, they probably burned them, you're right.
Well, I mean, they probably melted them down. They were
They
communists.
probably just scrapped them, yeah.
Because they had the WZ-50, and they're like, why the fuck do we need that?
So, well, they had ones that they converted to put 50 liners in. 31.
Yeah,
50.
I know. Yep.
Yeah.
But still, they weren't stamping out new shells, and they probably wore the shells into the ground and then melted them down when they were fucked.
Yep, exactly. God, turned them all.
That's what Romania did. They used all their M39 shells until they got completely fucked, and then they melted them down to make M73s.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there's a bunch at the bottom of the river, Zigar says. We just got to go pick them up.
This is like torched and or tossed into the... Yeah, good luck getting the rust, all the pitting out of the fucking molds, the mold cavities.
It's better than nothing.
Well, no, those won't be cast. Those would be pressed, but still.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Fair.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. It's better than the WZ-31 I own currently, which isn't one.
None.
So.
Yeah. Again, fucking... I really wish I'd have been born about 10 years earlier. That's it. Not that much farther. Because they were still around in like the early 2010s. They were like $250.
Yeah, they were expensive, but they're still around, yeah.
Right, but that, to me, like that was impossible at that point. But it was like that, if that would have been me 10 years, with 10 years to get money saved up and, get better situated, $250 for that. Not also Danish M23s were around. They're like $500, but still. Yep.
They're ungodly expensive now. And stuff that,
you just like can't fucking find them.
That for us now was around back then, yeah. God.
Yeah.
Damn.
TKS, what a piece of shit that thing was.
Well, any tankettes are pieces of shit, to be fair. So.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Garbage.
That whole concept was very short-lived.
Well, there's a lot of stuff. I think we need to bring back like the trowel bayonets and stuff. Those are cool. The bayonet that also doubles as a shovel.
I was just gonna say you have an E-tool on the end of your rifle, yeah.
Well, I mean, for how often you use your fucking bayonet anyways, I mean, why not get rid of having to carry two things?
Right.
Might as well. I mean, how often are you using your E-tool now to actually entrench? They're just fucking craning Hesco bastions and bulldozers to make huge berms.
Unless you're in a training environment, then you use that bitch all the time.
Yeah, so just make it a smaller shovel that fits on the end of your gun.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a smart idea to revisit.
That'd be a bitch to dig a fucking hole with an M4, though. I mean, it's so like just awkward.
It's just a little gardening shovel you have to pull off your gun and dig with.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that point, you might
No,
as
I'll
well just
stick
use
with
an
the
MRE
X5.
spoon, probably. So,
Yeah.
God.
This fucking guy says the dumbest fucking shit.
Oh, did you hear, by the way, Mike, that the U.S. Air Force officially declared the F-35, that like $1 trillion plane, officially a failure?
Weird.
Yep. So they're scrapping it. They're moving on to the next one. They're going to develop a whole new plane.
God damn.
Yep. $1 trillion and tons of research and development. That's just how much like it costs to develop that plane. And then imagine all the people building it and working on it, trying to get it to work, the software updates, all that other shit. It's probably multi-trillions of dollars in the hole for now a useless fucking plane.
Well, I knew something was fucking wrong because they've been working on that for what, 15 years now, something like that.
Something like that. It's been a long ass time and it's never worked from like
They were
day one.
working
It had
on it.
problems from like day one.
Right. They were working on it when I was deployed, and then the F-22 was like the thing, right? That fucking thing was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the best in the world. Well, what did I see over there? I saw F-15s, F-16s, and F-18s.
Well, last year they actually came out with the new, what is it? A new F-15.
Right, which has been around since the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
70s, actually.
Yeah,
70s.
the 70s. So
And
I
it's
love
like,
that.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are you coming? Okay, so I never saw an F-22 over there, like ever.
Yeah.
It was all 16s and 15s and a couple 18s. They were Navy
Yeah.
planes.
And some Super Hornets, depending on if the Navy was there or not.
Well, yeah, it was Navy. Yeah.
So
They're F-18s and they're Super Hornets. Those are fucking cool.
yeah.
But it's like that's it. And I'm like, where are all the F-22s that we magically have? You know, the best plane in the world. It's
Well, they
like they're
only
not
made like 50 of them, so
right.
fuck.
They're not here. So why the fuck would you start a new plane? Why the fuck would you start a new project when you're not even using the one that's apparently the best in the world? And you only got 50 of them made.
China actually made planes that are supposed to be like their equivalent to the F-35, but here's the problem: theirs fucking work. so that's why
or so they say.
The new F-35 was because Russia and China did, and then
Yeah,
the U.S. had to in order to stay equivalent, and then they fucked it up, and now we're behind.
well, here's the thing: is I don't necessarily believe that Russia and China have the, do you believe them? Do you believe everything they say? Both those countries?
You can see them. They've flown. They have video of them. Like the U.S. has information on them. They've flown.
So they flew, but like, do they do everything these people claim they can do, or do they just see them fly?
Well, no, this is what the U.S. speculated they can do, and that's why they
speculated. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: they can't figure out how to make a functional fucking aircraft in 15 years. You think their speculation is going to be correct?
No, probably not. Well, here, the Pentagon speculating and Lockheed Martin speculating are two different things.
Lockheed Martin is paid to fucking speculate.
No, they're paid to build what the Pentagon speculates.
Right, but they're also paid to support that speculation because without that, there'd be no contract.
That's fair. And then they fucked it up.
One hand washes the other, dude. If you think anything's
right.
separate when it comes to government, you're wrong.
That's it. They still fucked it up.
Right, and they made money.
That's right. They did a lot of money.
Yeah.
I wonder what the new plane's going to be. Is it going to be the F-36?
Probably the F fuck the taxpayers is what it should be.
Yeah, it's going to be. I hope this one's twice as expensive. It better work. It better look cool, at least.
So, they make it look like a fucking jet-powered Sopwith camel because we go back to the beginning.
Just made out of balsa wood and canvas with like a giant rocket engine tied to it.
Yep, just fucking. They'll never expect this.
Oh god, yeah, god, the fucking Sopwith camel. Oh,
yeah.
That was funny. But I just thought it was funny that the Air Force, they like under their breath came out and said that it was a failure. You had to like really search for it.
Well, I don't understand why the Air Force was in charge of that. The Air Force doesn't have fighters.
They do all the planes. And here's the thing, the F-35 was a multi-role plane, so.
Yeah, well.
It was supposed to be like the multicam of the plane universe. It was supposed to be a jack of all trades type thing. Oh, Mike's frozen. Maybe he'll be back. Any minute now. a lot of people faulted the F-35 as garbage from the beginning. It had problems from like day one. Any day now, Mike. Come on now. Yeah, he's got the 1,000-yard stare going on his. Well, problem is, Jacob Diaz, Napoleon taught all of Europe. Quantity has a quality all its own. Oh, Mike dropped. Oh, no. I guess it's just me for a while. Welcome back. That was a bad one.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Oh, God.
But
yeah, I got my Pepsi right here. Oh, I thought you froze again because you did the same exact face you did when you froze.
yeah.
I was like, you got to be horse fucking me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. But, oh, man. So I like the next plane. It better be cool. It better work.
It's gonna probably be really dumb.
It won't surprise me. Why don't we let the Navy run this one? They actually do all the shit.
Navy has probably some of the best aviation in the military.
The whole military, yeah.
Yep.
So they got to do it.
They have a massive budget too.
Yeah, they do. Second largest of any branch.
Yep. But they probably want.
You know who has the first largest? What? You know who has the first largest?
Navy.
No. It's the Air Force.
No, the budget?
Yeah.
How the fuck do they have the largest budget?
Because they were running the Space Force and a bunch of the technological developments and stuff like that. They had a bunch of stuff not related to the Air Force, like science projects and shit they were running.
Well, the Navy's got the Marine Corps.
No, the Marines have their own budget.
Kind of.
So
not
yeah,
really.
Sort of, kinda, yeah.
But not like, really. Well, the majority of the Marines' budget's from the Navy.
Fair, but like the Air Force had a whole bunch of weird science projects and shit they're working on for all branches that they get to do. So
the Air Force doesn't have helicopters either. They've got a couple for their PJs and stuff, like very specialized helicopters. But no, the Air Force
is all transport and gas planes and shit like that. Yeah,
yep, it's all cargo and transport.
Mm-hmm.
So people think they have fighters and helicopters. It's like, no, it's the Navy and the Army and the Marine Corps.
Yeah, the Navy has all the actual like strike planes. They're the ones who are doing all of the like
right
support missions in all the war on terror. Was mostly the Navy. So
yeah, the Navy's been insane since World War II.
Yeah,
but
the Coast Guard probably has more stuff than the Air Force does.
More helicopters for sure.
For sure, yeah, helicopters. They might have more helicopters than any branch.
If the Air Force has the A-10, why did all the ones that I see say Army on them?
Yeah, they all say Army.
This guy says the dumbest fucking shit in comments and on here. I don't know if it's like just a dumb person or just a troll. Like,
yeah, well, the A-10 does definitely. They're all Army planes. The A-10's all an Army.
I mean, what the fuck?
True. Hey, but you know what? The F-35 is going to replace the A-10, so it's all right.
Nothing's going to replace the A-10 unless we start getting lasers put on shit.
Well, I mean, we could do that. We got to make the first like airplane-mounted railgun. That's what we need to do.
Dude, the A-10, that is a serious fucking plane. Like, that is
it's not a plane. It's a gun that flies.
Yeah, it's...
They literally, that's how it was built. It's a gun that they made, and they're like, we're going to make it fly.
Yep. And Jesus Christ, has that been used for a long time? I think isn't the B-52 the longest used plane that we have?
The longest serving plane in, U.S. history.
Yeah, and the C-130 is next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the A-10, man, that fucking thing... Oh God, just fucking beautiful sound.
True. I got one of the cool rounds for it here, and this is one of the like steel tip tungsten or armor piercing rounds for it.
Yeah, those are fucking loud.
So 30 millimeter. Bam. 30 millimeter chain gun in a plane. So
yep. Yeah, it's fucking incredible. I mean, yeah,
You know what we need to
that
make?
thing is
We need
great.
to
And
make
then
one of those that has two, one on each wing.
I don't think the plane would be able to handle it.
Just make a bigger plane.
No, that's the whole point of the A10 is it's not as big as people think it is, and they're a lot slower than you think they are. Like I didn't realize how when people were like, "Oh, they're fucking slow," and I'd see them flying. I'm like, "That's a fast plane." All of a sudden, you see an F-16 go, just
Tear
zoom.
past it, yeah.
I'm like, "Oh fuck, okay, I guess that is slow."
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, just put a ton of engines and a ton of guns on it. Just put a bunch of GAU 8s and C-130s. Just put like 15 of those on a C-130.
Well, they've done something similar to that, but they also put 105s on a Spooky
Yeah,
or
that's
on a
true. They
or on
did.
a C-130 called it. Yeah,
The spooky gunship, yeah.
yeah, that's a fucked up. It's also a very vulnerable plane.
Yeah, let's just put a howitzer in a cargo plane.
Yep, and we're gonna use depleted uranium rounds. And we're gonna have lead fucking powder in the air and gunpowder residue. Those
Yep.
guys, man, those guys on those
They got
gunships,
exposed to a lot of shit.
dude. I feel really bad for those
Backblast
guys
from the inefficient powder burn and crap still on those guns at that time. Fuck.
and all the lead and steel and DU that
Mhm.
they use. Oh my god.
God. And
Yeah.
depleted uraniums. God.
Yep.
Some good stuff. I remember when the British first used those. They were the first ones to use them in combat in Egypt, the Egypt crisis.
Depleted uranium rounds.
Yeah, and they went through and they had to do like a whole bunch of like environmental testing after that. And they were like all these places they shot these like tank rounds that like exploded. They were just like getting Geiger counter readings that were like way past like unhealthy levels, like in these villages people were living in. So,
Yep.
oh god. And then they were like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't probably use these anymore. And the US in traditional fashion was like, nah, I think we're gonna keep using these for a while. Kind of like they did with like flamethrowers. Like when everyone after World War II is like, we're not gonna use napalm and flamethrowers and shit anymore. And the US is kind of like, nah, I kind of like napalm and flamethrowers for like another 20 years.
And then after Vietnam, it's bad PR, so let's not use that anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Till the US starts getting flack with it, they're all about it. So, but yeah. I just thought that was funny. The U.S. kind of got to pick and choose what they decided to agree to and not agree to because they were so big. Nobody could really be like, "Hey, you can't do that."
Right.
So, oh gosh, like they also were one of the people that said that never signed the Hague Convention, saying that they would not use triangular knife blades. Technically, that's a thing the U.S. can still do.
Well, they did in the First World War.
Triangular knife blades are still a thing. I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with those still. Like they don't do anything more than a blade because now they got. Have you seen those big ass like stickers? They're like it's a hard wound to like stitch up, and I'm like, no, they have these big things that are just a plastic fucking sticker basically that you just slap over a hole and it holds everything in.
Yeah, they've had that for a while.
Yeah, and I'm like, so that defeats the purpose of having your triangular fucking knife.
No, it's about how to repair the wound. Like there's
Yeah,
no good way to repair it except for letting it heal.
yeah.
But also that seal, that chest seal, doesn't stop internal bleeding.
No, it doesn't stop internal bleeding, but you're going to get just as much internal bleeding from a regular knife blade.
Yeah, but the track is a little bit. Oh, I suppose unless you, they're a little bit. They're a little bit easier to patch up on a normal blade because it's flat.
Yeah.
But the triangular blade, like it just makes a track that's a lot different and weird and.
Yep. Just dump a
put,
bunch of super glue in it. That's what they do anyways now.
No, they don't.
That's what they do with like fucking people that have weird fucking holes like arrow wounds and shit like that. And they fucking just put a bunch of super glue and staple it shut.
Maybe. I don't think so though.
So using napalm in the I don't know, were they still using napalm in the first Gulf War?
No.
I don't think so, yeah. I think that was just like people confusing all the burning oil for napalm.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Simple people like exhibit A.
But I was like, I thought they stopped using napalm during Vietnam.
Yeah, it was after. Well, the reason they were using it in Vietnam, the reason they got it justified was because of all the foliage, like the jungle.
Jungle burns if you set it on fire enough.
Yeah, and then if you also use chemicals on it to
Yeah, then they were
dilute
just like, you know what? This fire isn't good enough. It's too wet here. Let's use Agent Orange.
it. Yeah.
So, tons and tons of Agent Orange. And then it was all solved after that, and America won the war, and nothing bad ever happened again.
Yeah, America.
Oh, God. Yeah, I bet the U.S. really regrets setting all that oil on fire in Desert Storm now.
Yeah.
Just saying. Now, wasn't there like some big raid at the beginning where they captured a bunch of American and British and Polish commandos, captured a bunch of like offshore oil rigs? I thought I was reading something about that.
Yeah, well, they tried to get the oil fields.
Yeah.
And within like I think it was don't quote me on this. I just brushed up on it, but I think it was like right before or right as Desert Shield went from Desert Shield to Desert Storm.
Yeah, I thought like really early on, first couple of days, they wanted to capture the Delta
Right.
and a bunch of the oil rigs there.
Right, and Saddam was like, I'll be fucked if you're going to take this. And then he lit him on fire as kind of a way to say, fuck you.
Yep, can't have it now.
Yep. Well, there's a reason he did that. But, you won't hear that from the U.S. side of things.
See, that's what I thought. Super glue was invented to plug holes like that.
Originally, yeah, but it was also, it's not made for internal use.
No.
Which is, I mean, yeah, it's made like my wounds right here, my laparoscopic ones are glued shut.
Yeah.
But that's because they're on the outside.
That's only a surface wound, yeah.
Yeah. On the inside, no, you need stitches and
sutures and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you need the ones that'll like go away in like 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, the silk ones.
Yep.
The ones your body just absorbs.
Yep. So God. I'm pretty excited to be able to feel better enough and be able to lift shit and get back to work.
I know, right? It's gonna be
going fucking kind of crazy.
It's gonna be such an awesome summer. I'm so excited for it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking amazing.
It's gonna be great.
Yep.
I can't wait. It's gonna be such a good time.
Who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know. Oh, your dad?
Good for your dad.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Good for your dad. Like
Pixar, it didn't happen.
I don't know. Let me Google it really quick just to see. I mean, whatever. For
hey, Mike, did you know that my grandfather saw a guy in Vietnam using a Charleville musket? He just saw it, so it's there. Some U.S. guy got issued it. He got issued a Revolutionary War musket.
Oh, okay. I guess they dropped 500 napalm bombs on Iraqi forces during Operation Desert Storm. Learn something every day.
There you go. Come on, America. So why aren't we still using napalm? That'd probably be cool.
Well, I don't know.
I feel like if we set more cities on fire, wars would be over quicker. I'm just saying. If you drop more fire on people.
Make Dresden look like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah, pretty much. Nope. We're, this whole hearts and minds bullshit in a war is kind of anticlimactic and not quite correct. It's a war.
You missed the A2 uppers, man. Those were a couple years ago. I got my hands on one. Should have gotten more. Those were the ones that the Air Force and Coast Guard were upgrading to A4s, and they got rid of all the uppers.
Oh, they finally did that because they've been sitting on those for forever.
Well, and the ones that never even made it into the armory, like they just were sitting in their original containers. That's what I got.
There's shipping containers. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Capco one, which was for the Air Force and Coast Guard, and it's a fucking awesome. Oh, that thing's accurate as shit. brand new. But yeah, they're good luck with that, especially with the new amount of bullshit panic buying with all these fucking idiots in the gun community.
True.
Good luck seeing anything cool like that for a while, and it's going to cost you now because supply and demand. I mean, people want it all because they're panicking like fucking lemmings and
But the revolution's coming, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Biden's going to take all their guns away.
Yep, I'm sure these fuckers are going to be the tip of the goddamn spear, too.
That's right. They got those mobility scooters that run off electricity that you need easy access to.
I should probably do another bulk order in case the Civil War happens.
That's exactly who's buying it. So
you don't want surplus M9s, trust me.
No,
they're not that great of a pistol, and
you don't want any M9s, regardless of if they're surplus or brand new.
Just go get a fucking civilian 92 FS, same goddamn thing.
Yep. I saw some guy the other day in Fleet Farm because my boss gave me my bonus this year for some reason on Fleet Farm gift cards. So I was in there buying like flannel shirts and crap because there's obviously no ammo. And there's some guy on a mobility scooter bitching to somebody that there wasn't any shotgun shells and handgun rounds. It's like, why? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with that mobility scooter? You obviously can't fucking walk.
Well, it's just fucking insane. Like, I don't know. I don't really want to rant about it anymore. It's just the gun community is its own worst enemy. I've said that in many videos before, and people get all fucking butthurt and pissed off. Oh, you're a communist. You're a libtard. And, you know.
I wish I was a communist. Their guns and ammo are much better.
Yeah, except they can't own them as a civilian. But, no, it's just fucking. It's fucked over my hobby so much of just collecting and, you know, shooting
just gotta switch to black powder now.
Figuring out which. I'm thinking about it, going to the antique shit, because it's like I might as well just spend money on reloading and get a cool experience out of it, you know, and not have to deal with any FFLs.
Exactly.
So
musket for everybody.
By the way, if anybody's watching AIM Surplus, if you didn't get their newsletter, they've got a bunch of Chinese Type 54s that they bought from our guns. And they're the same price, so.
There we go. It's not bad.
No, $350.
It's not bad at all.
About $350.
$350.
Yeah.
Bam.
But yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't think the guns are gonna. I mean, I'm gonna make a video on this soon. I was gonna make it this week, just didn't. I kind of got like tired.
Yep.
Yeah, it's you know, the military surplus, the hobby part of it, it's fucking over. It's done. The nail in the coffin was 2020. It's over.
Yep.
I mean, I've been looking at auctions where even just last year, a few months ago, you can get stuff for really affordable prices. You know, I mean, comparatively speaking.
Yep.
But it's like you can get it for way less than gun brokers charging, or shit's going for on there. Because I mean, you actually have to look at where I look at. And just a few months ago, it was good, and now it's people are paying stupid top dollar, beyond top dollar for just
garbage. Yep.
Oh my god, it's like fuck that.
It's like, anybody wants a gun right now, so
it's like Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It sucks that one of my main hobbies that I loved to do and I started off on, and I started off because I didn't have a lot of money. You know, that's all
now become like a premium market now.
It's a it's a collector's market. I mean, luckily, since, you know, I learned a little bit about 2012 and how to, you know, when things are good, that's, you know, when the sun is shining, you know, get your shit in order. And this time, besides 5.56 and 9mm, which are, you know, account for very few of my firearms, I'm good on ammo.
Yep.
Like even the obscure rounds that everybody's now whatever,
because they can't get the regular shit. Yeah.
Yep. And it's like, no, I'm actually sitting good this time. I can't wait to, once I get healed up, I'm gonna start shooting, and it's gonna be fucking beautiful. But you know, I actually have zero sympathy for people that are like, where do I get guns? Where do I get ammo? It's like, you know, I've spent the past fucking 12 years
stocking up, buying shit. Yeah.
Well, and researching like places to get stuff and whatever. It's like, I'm not just gonna fucking give you my best watering hole because you got in the game.
It's all gone for you.
Well, right, and it's like you got to work for it, man. It's fun, like doing that, and You're just going to buy this shit to try and flip it, and I don't like that.
Yep. Fair. Like I said, when it all started, I'm like, I bought a few boxes of stuff that I could find for my guns and stuff, just enough to get by. I didn't go panic and buy like a jillion tons of stuff. I was like, I'll get 2 boxes of 8mm Mauser. I'll get like 4 boxes of 303 British because I have like 5 guns to shoot it. You know, I didn't get a ton of shit. So, but then you see those other people going in there and buying, 80 boxes of 45 rounds.
Oh yeah, it's just this hoarding shit. I'm like, that's why I didn't really I didn't have a lot of 5.56 and 9mm on hand. Those are the most common calibers I shot.
Yeah, they were made all the time. They're everywhere. Yeah,
right. I'd buy 1,000 at a time, and when I got down to like 200, I'd buy another 1,000. But I practiced regularly with those calibers.
Yep.
And that's why I didn't have a bunch of those. But it's fucking insane. But no, I think this year goals are: I'm gonna get the Martini Henry talking again. I'm gonna get the 1889 Krag rolling. I'm going to load some rounds for the 1889 Swiss rifle. You can use the same brass. You just got to download the cartridges or the actual load. And I think I'm going to cast bullets for that one. And then I got ammo for most. And the Siamese Mauser. I'm going to get that rolling again.
There you go. Bam.
So yeah, I mean, and then I'm thinking I'm going to get a Vetterli M78 in 41 Swiss or whatever the fucking metric 10 point whatever by 38 rimmed.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get one of those in decent shape and then start loading for that because those look like they're a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, they do. I can't wait to shoot the Wurndl. It's gonna be great.
There's one I'm watching right now on an auction site for $300. It probably won't go for that, but
no, get some good deals. Good deals. So I was surprised because you could actually put smokeless in the Wurndl. It's strong enough for it. So, which I think would be super cool to do. That awesome tabernacle.
God, fucking idiots when they order shit and something arose. I need to cancel my order.
Why'd you order it then?
Exactly what I asked.
Why'd you order it then? Well, they found some. It's always something like, well, they found something else better they wanted to spend their money on after they.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Circumstances arose where I need the money more than I needed. Cool, whatever. And I'm like, fuck that.
So.
Good God.
Yep. God.
Like, don't order shit. If your finances are that tight, don't be ordering shit like this.
Exactly.
Like, when my finances are tight, I don't order shit like this.
I don't buy anything. Yeah.
Right.
I haven't had a drink in over a month because my finances are that tight. It's
That's
the first thing that goes.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you do? I haven't had a drink since January.
Congrats.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's easy.
And I'm not like a drunk, but I like to come home and have a drink, take the edge off after work.
It's a pretty easy thing to live without. It's a pretty easy thing to live without.
Yeah, I can live without it, but it would be really nice to come home one night and just have a drink.
Yep.
But can't do it. Got stuff I got to do. Pay taxes. That's what I got to do now.
I'm literally going to have to work out a payment plan with the IRS this year. There's no fucking way I'm going to be able to cover it all. There's no fucking way.
It's going to be fucking rough this year.
Yeah, it's going to be like probably around $30,000.
Damn.
Yep. And
damn.
I'm going to definitely need to do a payment plan and start kicking shit into gear here once I get better.
Yeah.
Going to probably have to sell a bunch of guns too, a bunch of my personal guns, and
geez.
Fund it that way. Yeah, because I mean that's a lot of fucking cash.
Yeah.
It's like the better you do, the more you get fucked.
Yep. Well, it's the government. Yeah.
Yep.
They like to tax success until you get to the point where you're stupid successful. Then they don't.
Plus, I get punished for being self-employed.
Yep. Which they tax way fucking higher for some reason because the government only likes the big people for whatever reason.
15%. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, it's that's like whenever somebody's like, "Hi, I'm going to start up a surplus business. Do you have any tips? Where do you get your stuff from?" I'm like, "Don't bother."
Yeah.
It's like I don't give a shit about the competition because I don't think you're going to be a competitor of mine. But it's like you're going to waste so much fucking time and so much money and fuck
So
yourself
much
so hard.
effort. Yeah.
So
True. True.
yeah, this year's going to suck for taxes. But like literally my first when that one order gets here, whenever the fuck it decides to show up, the one that's been sitting there since November. Well, I mean, there's been progress that's made, but Jesus fucking Christ, is that taking forever?
Yep.
And it's pissing me off because there's a lot of fucking cool shit in there.
Well, it's the government.
Right, exactly. It's nothing is fat, which is fine. Like it's not supposed to, government's not supposed to be quick. It's supposed to be inefficient as fuck.
Yeah.
But
Bloated and inefficient and lose stuff and charge anyways.
well, yeah, I mean, but anyway, it's once that gets here and I'm feeling better, the majority of that profit that I make from that shipment will be going towards taxes.
The taxes. Yep. Taxes.
So
Gotta love them.
But yeah, it's too bad you don't have a Springfield trapdoor rifle. Yeah, I'm not fucking made of money. Like I'll get there eventually. Like what is your end game? What are you doing? I just want to know, like in comments and on
He's
here,
just a
you just
bored old man who wants to chip in because he's got nothing better to
he's
do.
not an old man if his dad was in Desert Storm.
Oh, fair, yeah.
It's just a fucking troll. Like he's gotta be trolling. There's no way he's that fucking just oblivious and out of it and dumb.
Just some guy who doesn't have anything better to do. But yeah, why would I buy a Springfield trapdoor when I could get a Werndl for $400?
Because 4570 is a fuck of a lot cheaper and easier to get and make.
That's true, but it's not.
I looked at your little how much a set of I looked at how much a set of dies cost for you.
Expensive.
$250.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Trust me. But that's a one-time investment, so I can do that.
Yeah. And then your brass, you have to learn how to anneal. No, that is that necked? Yes. Yeah. It's slightly necked. Yep. So you're gonna have to learn how to anneal the shit that you make that brass out of.
Yep.
Which is interesting and fun, but it works.
Yep.
And you're gonna have to get a bullet mold, and you're gonna have to get a lead pot, and then you're gonna have to learn how to cast bullets. You're gonna have a shit fucking ton of money into this thing. So the fact that you got that for $400, you're gonna end up having over $1,000 worth of shit just to get it to run.
But then I could also use some of that stuff for other things.
Yeah, sure, but it's gonna be a while before it pays for itself.
That's fine. I'm young.
Yeah, but yeah, it's. And then hey, I was asking you, you avoided me or whatever. I'm planning on sometime this spring or early summer doing like a decent or like probably 10 pounds of actual black powder, like Swiss black powder. And it's a one-time hazmat fee, whether it's 1 pound or whatever
you have to pay.
So if you want to save up a few shekels, I think it's like $30 a pound, and then just get basically a lifetime supply of actual black powder, not GoEx
on it or something.
Yeah, you just you take 5, I'll take 5, and then that's enough to get you through a while.
Yeah, fair.
So
we can do that.
Yeah, but yeah, it won't be for a while, but
for sure. Get some stuff sorted out, get everything squared away before we do that.
Well, yeah, I just need to get some extra funding. Yeah. It's only a couple $100, but still, it's insane. But yeah, I'm gonna probably this year I might just focus on antique shit.
Fair.
Got enough of the polymer stuff. Got enough ARs. Got enough fucking AKs. Well, I don't have enough AKs, but I'm not gonna pay the.
Not gonna go out of your way to look for AKs.
Well, and the prices are just so dumb.
Yep. People want them, Mike. People want them right now. Biden, he's gonna take stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's
gonna do it.
Oh, God, I mean,
it's gonna do it.
It's almost making me just want to fucking leave the gun community. Honest to God, it's been like I've been in the gun
swords, Mike. Those are always around.
Yeah, right. That community is just as shitty. But I've been in the gun community basically since I was 7, my whole life, and man, it's just fucking. And that's the thing that I think I said this in a video, or no, I was going to say this in a video because I'd actually filmed the video about like how the surplus hobby is dead. It's like I used to belong to a niche of the gun community, which was the surplus community, where everybody just kind of laughed at them. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you freaks, you history nerds, go
Yep.
do your thing, like, whatever, and you got left alone. You're in
Yep.
your own little community, and it was fun, and people would just laughed at you, and it was like, okay, whatever, fuck you. Now it's like it's just an amalgamation. Now everybody is in the surplus community now.
Yep.
That's why
Now
the
the
shit's so
surplus
expensive.
community is the top dog after all the commercial shit got so fucking expensive. It turned more people to the surplus community.
Yep.
So
And it's just like I'm so fucking sick of this Molon labia, tough guy talking shit, but you don't do a goddamn thing about it. You just sit there. They're exactly like the left that they bitch about. They're exactly the same fucking way. Where
two
they just,
sides of the same coin.
oh my god, yeah, they just sit there and screech and screech and screech and screech and screech. My gun rights, Molon labia, my fucking whatever. We're gonna take our guns. I'm like, well, how many times have you contacted your local, state, and
Yeah.
federal
How
representative?
many times have you called your congressman?
Oh, I do all the time. I'm like, so you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking don't.
I've definitely called mine a few times. Unfortunately, he died. My senator died.
Your federal senator or your state senator?
Both. Well, no, my state senator died. Yeah, right after he basically got elected, and he was the one that I called a lot more. He got COVID, so.
Oh, old, weird.
Well, yeah, he was like 78 or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's such a. I'm so fucking sick of just the bullshit that goes along with it. And here's the thing: is it's not fun because stupid. I'm just sick of paying for other people's stupid fucking decisions and stupidity.
Yep. Tell me
Like,
about it. I get to pay for Minneapolis this year.
oh well, yeah. I mean that sucks, but you should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
But and then taxes going up. Like, yeah, my local taxes went up 53.5%. My property taxes.
Yeah, you were telling me that. God.
That's stupidity. That's paying for somebody else's fuck up.
Yep. Literally.
And it's like I use that road, but I don't use it that much. Like, I don't use it more than like
Also,
once
you
or
know how
twice a
that
week.
stuff works? The company puts a bid in on that to do that job.
Oh, I know.
The county goes, here's your money for it. All right. And then if they go over, the county's just supposed to be like, too bad. You should have bid. You should have gave us a higher bid on that fucking thing. Do the work.
What I think happened was this wasn't even the county. This was the local municipality. This was the township.
Yeah.
And what I think happened was they probably said, oh, while we're at it, can you do this, even though it wasn't in the bid?
Or do you think they just wanted to be like, well, we really like this company, so I guess we should just pay it because we don't want to make them upset because we might want them to do stuff in the future.
That could be too.
So.
But yeah, it's just fucking, I don't know. I'm just sick of paying for people's stupidity. It's like, I've got enough guns now where, like, I got enough variety. I mean,
yep.
Where it's fun to sample each one, and there's some that I just would like to have back in the collection, but at these prices, man, fuck that.
Yep. Leave it now. It's not worth it.
Unless I'm a fucking multimillionaire someday. Mm-hmm. Even then, it's like just out of spite. It'd probably be like, you know what? Fuck you. Yep. Of course, you rode in on charging fucking, $1,200 for a goddamn Hakeem when it's like a $600, $700 gun.
Yep.
Fuck you for charging $2,000 for an M1 rifle when there's literally millions of them sitting around, but they're all in fucking old boomer FUDs fucking, safes just collecting dust.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. I mean, obviously I'll still make videos and shit because, got a pretty cool collection, but as far as like carrying on with anything but antiques, even those are getting stupid.
Yep. Well, because you don't need anything to buy them. So anyone under the sun who's worried or doesn't want to do the paperwork or walk into an actual fucking gun store.
Right.
I know so many people. I literally talked to another guy that's like, I want to buy a gun, but I don't want to go into a gun store because he's afraid. I was like, don't buy a gun then. I was like, don't even bother.
Right. Yeah, just
so I'm like, if you're gonna be that big, if you're gonna be that big of a scaredy cat about it, like, to just go fucking buy a gun, how are you gonna shoot a gun? How are you gonna ever expect to have to use it? How are you gonna expect to like go hunting with it? How are you gonna expect to defend yourself? What are you gonna do if you're too scared to even walk into a place and talk to somebody about one?
Right.
Just don't even bother. Buy a baseball bat.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm kind of burned out of stupid people. And this year, instead of focusing on the negative shit, I'm just gonna have a good time and fucking try to make as much money as possible, in fun ways and shit, and just pay off debt.
Yep.
And when I get to 100,000, by the way, that still stands. Like, I'm giving a Carcano away and a Vietnam. Well, the helmet cover is a repro, but like Vietnam helmet. I made that video a while back, but yeah, literally giving away a fucking Carcano 1891 Cav carbine.
That's awesome.
So, yep. And I'm at 86,300 now, so it's not that far off.
Close.
Very close. I want that fucking play button.
I want to shoot. I want to get a play button so I can shoot it.
Go for it.
So I want to destroy it on YouTube.
You shoot it and it ricochets straight back and fucking ends you.
I want to just. Well, I mean, that'd be pretty funny.
That's poetic justice right there.
It'd be pretty ironic, but I want to just destroy it on YouTube, just as a big fu to YouTube.
Yep.
So, man, I think that'd be a good time.
Why would they not give me a play button? I've never violated the terms of service. I've never gotten a strike on this account.
Fair.
My old one in 2008, I got a strike, or 2009 or whatever. But on this one, no.
Now there'll just be a certificate. They won't give out play buttons anymore. They cost too much.
No, they'll give out play buttons. I will fucking go there and demand a play button and not leave until I get one.
Well, then they're going to demand a safe space, and
gun channels get play buttons all the fucking time, and my channel's not 100% about guns, so
that's true.
And I also don't do the whole Molon labia Biden, gonna take our guns, fucking join the NRA, fucking, here's how
you're just in it for yourself. You're not pandering to anybody.
No, I like historic firearms. I like history. I like the guns that I have, and I like teaching people about them, and like shooting them, and that's that. I've literally done nothing wrong. Like, here's the thing. Gun tubers bitch constantly about getting algorithmically demoted. I've been algorithmically demoted my entire fucking time on YouTube. Here's what happens. It goes like this. It's an ebb and flow.
Yeah, it comes back up.
They fuck with the algorithm consistently.
Mm-hmm. It changes every month. So.
Right. And sometimes my content is just stale, which I accept too. Like, and for these gun tubers to sit there and bitch about, oh, we're being demonetized because of guns, and it's like, no, it's shit you're doing that your is riding the line, even though you might not agree with the TOS or the community guidelines. Yeah. But guess what? You're on their site. Yep. You don't have a fucking choice, in this matter.
You signed their terms of agreement, so.
And I'm not saying I agree with all of them, but it's like, you got to know where to fucking draw that line and not ride it. Yep. And these people that bitch about it, they're constantly
hopping that fence.
And then they're playing the victims. They're trying to profit off being a victim.
Yep.
And here's the thing is I made a couple of videos like a couple years ago bitching about it to the YouTube viewers. And I'm like, oh, this is why Patreon matters and why, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, well, somebody who's a lot smarter than me in the room told me that it's not the YouTube viewers' problem.
No.
It's my problem. It's not their problem. And all of a sudden, after that, I started getting more views, and then it went down again, and then whatever.
Just the natural flow of how it works. So
a lot of gun tubers are fucking crybabies and whiners. And it's not just starting shit. I'm not just talking shit. It's a valid point.
True. Well, a lot of them have got to the point, like back when they could, that it was so successful. That's now their livelihood. They rely on that.
And I get that, but here's the thing.
They don't want to go back to work.
Right. And I do get that. I definitely understand that. But there are ways to fucking, sit down and comply. But these people are, I got to lead the revolution, so I can't just comply with these jackbooted big tech fuckers. And it's like,
edgy. So.
Right. So while I get that sentiment and, the best form of patriotism is dissent. You also need to know if it is your livelihood, is that really the fucking hill you want to die on?
Yeah, exactly. Do you
is that how you want to die? Right. Yeah. Is that how you want to die on that particular hill?
Some people's kids. Fuck.
Right. So I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't actually watch a lot of gun YouTube. I really don't.
I do. Watch a
It's
lot of
gotten so fucking annoying and so goddamn political. And it's like, I get that, you know, once in a while politicians throw around the term gun control. It's scary gun control. And it's like, I get that. I own guns. I mean, it's no fucking secret. I respect the Second Amendment. I think everybody should be able to fucking keep and bear arms. Like, shall not be infringed. Pretty goddamn clear to me.
Yeah.
Just because I don't constantly speak out against, oh, Biden, and just screech
Doesn't
all the
mean
time.
You're not supporting it.
Right. And I don't rabble rouse and do all that shit and fearmonger. I definitely am a fervent supporter of the Second Amendment, and I think any form of gun control, including background check forms, I think it's unconstitutional.
Yep.
But again, you have to choose your fucking battles, and you have to choose where you're going to die and how you're going to die, instead of just saying, there's a hill, I'm going to run up that fucking hill. Because then what purpose did that serve?
True. And now it's at the point where they do it with every single little thing that it's just crying wolf now.
Well, and here's the thing is it's really predictable.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I've been saying in these videos is like the reaction that the gun community, well, I shouldn't say the whole gun community, it's a blanket statement. About 75 to 80% of the gun community. It's the way it seems. It's the way it seems. It's that big. It might be a smaller number. They're so fucking predictable. It's like the government says jump and they say how high.
Yep.
While thinking that they're not complying and that they're fighting the good fight. It's like
they give an equal reaction, almost times walking into exactly what the government wants.
Oh my God. It's like they're doing. Do you not think that the government knows exactly how to push buttons? They know how to do it with people who are left-leaning.
Exactly, shake your cage, because they do it all the damn time. So.
And it works. It's to keep you distracted from the actual shit they're doing behind
all the stuff
scenes.
They're actually passing, yeah.
Right, but it's like, you know, but if you're just paying attention to this surface level bullshit because it's easier, and they don't want you to actually think and have rational, logical thoughts because that's actually what poses a threat to their way of doing things.
Yeah.
If you just sit there and buy into it, it's like, well, you are part of the fucking problem.
Yep.
You can sit there and screech and rabble
everything rather than thinking it's just the government, which it is.
Yeah, and you can screech and whine and bitch and rabble rouse and think you're fighting the good fight. Really, you're just playing into their fucking game, and they know it.
Yep.
And everybody with a fucking brain can see it, and it doesn't do a damn bit of good except make the gun community look like a bunch of fucking whiny bitches.
Yep.
And I mean, up until this past year, when there's a lot more gun owners first time and just people that were kind of on the fence, maybe had one and then now they have more.
Yep.
The thing is without getting into the HR 127, because everybody says, well, what about that? Do you know how often fucking House resolutions get fucking introduced, or they say they're there? Look up how many HRs are outstanding.
They do tons of them every day.
And there's fucking hundreds of thousands of these things just sitting there, right?
Yeah,
the ones in 2013,
tons of gun ones all the time, and they get shot down all the time.
Well, and here's the thing too: is like, if by some fucking miracle, we're just gonna abridge this whole thing because I don't want to get into the intricacies of that. Maybe on another stream or on a video, perhaps.
Mayhaps.
If by some fucking miracle it passes the House, the Senate, and then gets signed by, I'll sign this if that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, literally he said that, or said the thing the other day. But if by some miracle, bam, injunctions are going to be like that, because the problem with those idiots is they go so fucking extreme. They're not like progressive on that shit. They're just fucking all or nothing.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is it's so goddamn extreme. It could not hold scrutiny to even one of the most left-leaning Supreme Court panels.
Yeah, they'd strike
it's
that
so
down
fucking unconstitutional.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is the Supreme Court, they don't like hearing cases unless it's going to suit them socially. They have the majority of the social support, because look at gay marriage, right?
Yeah.
That whole thing should have been done and settled a long time ago, because it's a blatant
they should have
violation.
done it like Canada did back in the 1700s.
Okay, I don't give a fuck about Canada right now. So, but no, it's like, it's gay marriage. It could have been a done deal, but they had to wait, or they didn't have to, but they did wait until it was more socially like.
Yeah, they made it till it was more of a social norm, and then
And then
that's enough momentum to get it through.
The majority of people would be on board with that decision, which
Yep.
again was fucking pointless. But like, that's what they do. So now that we've got a bunch of a bunch more people, or even if they didn't buy a gun, they now kind of see the importance of it, and they might understand it and be less less for gun control.
Yeah.
So it's no longer a popular thing, and then you would actually have the majority of people supporting the Supreme Court taking up a case that would say that's unconstitutional. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're done.
So they're not. I keep telling people that too, that they're not going to try to pass a ton of gun laws and stuff like that right now because of how many people just bought all of this shit.
Right, and it's just meant to scare people. Like, it's written to be that extreme. Like, it's written, and if you're really dumb and you don't,
people don't realize that gun control has more opposition now than ever because of how many people bought guns.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So and they still think that they're just gonna take them all away with like whatever.
Well, and also, no. So say it does pass, say it's a while before, it actually, because here's the thing is once it passes, it's not a law until it goes into effect on a certain date, which before it gets signed by the president.
They say it'll be effective this day.
But hey, what the fuck do I know, right? Like, they don't teach civics anymore, so everybody's got to panic.
That's fair.
But that's how the government works. So in that meantime, if the Supreme Court dragged their feet and just
kick that can down the road a little bit, yep.
So even if it does become a law, how the fuck, you tell me how that's enforceable.
It's not. You know how many police departments and everything literally are going to be like, we're not doing that.
My local sheriff's office, I asked, I'm like, I know the answer, but I just need to hear it as a confirmation. I was like, would you guys enforce this? They went, fuck no.
Yeah, because don't they take an oath to the Constitution, not the government? Yeah.
Yeah, and all of our local cops are gun owners. In the cities, it might be a different story, but that's why I don't live in a fucking shithole city.
But true, but like even then, you know how many people, many cops and stuff would get hurt?
Right.
Isn't that? Like literally, because there's a lot of people that have been like, well, just like you said, I'm dying on this hill. Come and get it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Well, actually, what's funny is I guarantee you, if it did get to that stupid point and people were actually confiscating guns and they were, it came to that, I guarantee you 99.9% of these Molon labia fucking come and
are going to turn their shit over.
I'm sorry. Yep. Okay. What? All right. Yeah, it's in the closet. Yep. Okay. Guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed. And they're all like, no, you fucking pansy, pussy, you fucking don't know. You don't know me.
Good when you're hiding behind a screen. You can be as tough as you want hiding behind a screen. So.
Yep. Except when somebody's got guns pointed at you, what the fuck are you going to do?
Get shot.
Well, they're not going to, because people have this inane instinct to not want to die.
I could get shot. That'll be fine.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it too much after that.
That boating accident thing is so fucking retarded. Like, I'm so goddamn... It's not even funny. Like, it hasn't been funny in about 3 fucking years. It's not even funny to say it. It's just fucking obnoxious. And it's like, you have no originality. You're not fucking funny. You're regurgitating some stupid bullshit from 3 years ago. God. And it's just, oh my God. It's not even...
I'm just trying to think of the scenario of, like, what happens if somebody does come to confiscate guns and they say that?
I lost him in a boating accident. Cool. I know about Reddit and 4chan too. No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah, but like, what are the cops going to do?
Probably execute the search warrant.
Fair, yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do?
What happens if you really don't have them there and they couldn't find him? Then what?
I don't know.
Well, maybe he did lose him in a boating accident.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not gonna stop them from coming in and executing the search warrant.
I want to take a canoe trip though, with just a canoe full of guns now, and just have the DNR come out in their little boat and be like, "What are you doing?"
Are they having a boating accident?
Yeah, I'm about to have a boating accident.
I'm about to tip this bitch. I'm about to tip this bitch. Hold my beer.
Hey, I got my life preserver on. What do you want from me?
It's funny. I think, you can drink in canoe because it's not a motorized vehicle, right?
Exactly. You have to have a life preserver, though. They can still find you for having a life preserver.
For sure. But you can be like, because we used to do that a couple times.
In a canoe.
It's actually not advisable at all. Yeah. It's really not.
Being plastered and trying to paddle a canoe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not advisable.
No, it's not. Definitely. It's like those kayakers that get plastered. It's like, well, you're going to drown. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I knew somebody
you
that
can
would
drink
do
and
that.
mow your lawn. You just can't get off your property.
Yeah. You could
What the
also,
fuck? Yeah,
apparently,
dude, you
they
can do
have that
anything you-
thing where you can garden naked in your yard as long as you're not aroused. If you're aroused, it's indecent exposure, but if you're not, you can garden naked on your own property. Because
Well, that's not fair. How do you tell if a female's aroused?
That's what I mean. So, but like
It's
in
not
this case,
fair.
it was a dude, and the local court or whatever upheld that it's his property. He can do whatever he wants as long as he's not aroused or like actively pleasuring himself. It's totally
Right.
legal.
Well, that's the thing too. Is
So-
like, can you get a DUI on your own property if the pursuit started outside of your property? Yes.
Yeah.
If I can drive around. I can drink a fucking 175 of Jack Daniels, get in my Jeep and drive around, tearing up my yard, running into shit, and knocking down trees and whatever. And that's fucking legal.
Yep. So, God, I love that. I know somebody that got a DUI for those like electric, like it's a scooter, but not like a moped, but like an electric scooter that you like
Had a
take
motor on it.
Yep, had a bike helmet on and everything, plastered. Just thought it would be fun to take it around the block at like 2 a.m, and he got a DUI for that.
Yep, motorized. It's a motor.
Yep. So it's like that sucks. They fined him like $50 or something like that. It was something like not obnoxious. He had to go watch a video or something, like show up for whatever to watch an educational video and pay $50.
Yeah, waste of fucking time and money all around.
Yep.
But
God, that'd be fun. Yeah, the money that he could make telling that story.
Yeah,
I got a Dewey for operating an electric scooter on the sidewalk.
Well, you know where a lot of people actually get fucking Deweys is just sitting in their car.
Yeah, as long as it's on, that's all you need to get a Dewey.
No.
Right. You're behind the wheel of a vehicle.
If you are in control, you're in control of a vehicle.
That's right. Fuck.
That's why, like, even if you so here's another thing: as we went through these scenarios, these were always fun. So there was a dude, a scenario where a guy started his vehicle, jumped into the passenger seat, and went to sleep, right? Because he knew that law.
Yeah.
They came up and they charged him with DUI, and it stuck because he could still control that vehicle from the passenger seat.
What?
Yep.
I mean, I guess sort of, kind of, but.
Yep. So you'd have to go into the back, but then they're going to be like, "Who started your car?" And you'd be like, "I don't know." And then you might have a chance,
What happens if you're like, "I started the car when I was sober"?
Well, right. That's what I mean. Like, you have a chance.
And then what if
like,
you just never shut it off? Then you're okay, right?
By the way, not giving any sort of fucking advice or anything illegal to do this.
Savvy legal advice.
I'm asking a question. I'm not telling you what to do. Thank you for fucking.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Honk, honk.
Yes.
Yeah. But.
Oh, God. Yeah, got a drink in the trunk now.
Right.
Oh, gosh. Beats freezing to death, though.
No, the keys do not need to be there. They do not need to be there. It's if you're
a lot
in
of cars, you
control.
don't even need the keys like in the ignition now. You could start them
just by the statute. Well, in Minnesota, the statute says if you are in control of the vehicle, and that's that's pretty much most states have some sort of that, some form of that statute.
Damn. But Judge Mike B said I could do it.
Right, and that's why I just gave the legal disclaimer, because there are really dumb people who watch
my content. Who think that,
There are some awesome people who watch my content, and there are some people that are really
dumb.
fucking
I think you mean lots.
Dumb.
I think you mean lots.
Well, subscribers aren't all that bad, most of them.
Fair. Most of my subscribers are pretty good people, I like to think.
They're probably not.
Well,
it's just a matter of time. They're all conspiring with it. One day they're just gonna fucking all turn on you, being a giant asshole.
Oh, well, that's all right. Ban hammers for all of them. This isn't a democracy; it's a dictatorship.
And I'm the dick. Yep.
That's right. All right. So yeah, you're about as sharp as a bowling pin, aren't you? Oh yeah, Kong's heard me say that.
And he can't even spell Devin's fucking name right. It's right on the goddamn screen. What
No,
what a shit
Kong
fuck.
knows what he's doing. He knows.
What a shit fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. He's just trolling. Just what a shit fuck.
About as sharp as a bowling pin, aren't you?
Yep.
Oh god.
Well, what do you think? You want to call this and then hop on Discord and shoot the shit with some of the Patreon people?
Sure, we can do that for a little bit. And I'm gonna take off because I gotta start my YouTube video for tonight because this is gonna be a two-parter.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't do shit today for YouTube, so I'll probably have to do that in the morning too, probably tomorrow, but fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and I guess maybe we'll start up the regular streams like Wednesday and Fridays.
We can do that.
Maybe we'll figure it out. All right, fuckity bye everybody.